Hey there, folks. So I'm still here in Portland, Oregon. I am at Pioneer Courthouse Square, and it is the current location of a face-off between anti-fascists and fascists. So there are people right now in the United States who want ethnic cleansing. They're racially intolerant. They're intolerant of people of diverse religions. They're intolerant of different lifestyles, and they basically want to cleanse the US. You know, there are people who are following the leadership of the fascist in the White House. And basically, as long as they follow that fascist leadership, then they're going to be resisted. And so what's happening right now is this group of people don't want any fascism, and that very small group of people over there want fascism. So these are the people who believe that ethnic cleansing should happen in the United States. And then these are the people who think that ethnic cleansing shouldn't happen in the United States. So there's like hundreds of anti-fascists and maybe a dozen fascists. And I feel like that's probably representative of the whole country as a whole, is that there aren't very many people who want to ethnically cleanse the US. But that very small minority could be effective if cowards in the media don't hold them accountable. Because, you know, as long as the public is allowed to remain ignorant of the ethnic cleansing that's happening in the United States, then people won't ever know that it's happening. So right here we have the cowards in the media. They're part of the predatory class of reporters. When there is actual ethnic cleansing happening in the United States, these are the people who are going to lie to the public. They won't accurately represent what happened today because their producers will tell them what to say. And they just want money. So they won't report the truth. The same way they didn't report the truth during Occupy Wall Street, same way they didn't report the truth during the lead up to the war in Iraq, the same way they didn't report the truth in ever. They're just highly paid liars. So anyway, here again we have the fascists and the anti-fascists, the people who are here trying to stand down the people from ethnic cleansing, and the people who are in favor of ethnic cleansing. And then we have the police who will basically stand in between.
The city let them in.
The city what?
Really stupid to let them in.
Oh, let the fascists in? Yeah, well, the police department actually works hand in glove with them. It's almost like they're part of the same thing.
They are. Money.
That too, yeah. Well, there was a similar number, about maybe 10 or 12 of the fascists way over there. They got separated off and they all just jumped in their cars and went home. So these are just like the very last of them. Oh yeah? Oh, they broke off? Let's see here. Let's go over here to the crosswalk. Let's take a look around and see what's going on. I like your shirt. So there's still quite a few of the anti-fascists that are kind of all dispersed and just around the area. And then there really aren't that many fascists left. They've mostly jumped in their cars and gone home. So for those of you who were not here earlier, there are multiple law enforcement offices that are taking part in this operation. So over here we have the Department of Homeland Security, a federal agency, and then let's see if we can find the Sheriff's Department, because the Sheriff's Department's here also, and so is the Police Department. And I have a feeling that since the Department of Homeland Security is here, there's probably also DEA, FBI, NSA, ATF, all those sorts of things. turn the camera around here for you guys. So the people in the green hats, those are National Lawyers Guild. The National Lawyers Guild, they're here to make sure that there's no human rights violations, document any kind of legal things that they need to.
When I got off, I parked over here, I walked down the stairs, got out. As soon as I get down the stairs. You're actually trying to go. Anyone's trying to
These guys again. These are the heavies. So those guys are the heavies. They've got the shoulder pads, the knee pads, ankle pads, big sticks. Those are the bruisers. You can see most of these guys, these are the heavies also. So these are the guys, they've got the shin pads on, they got the knee pads, they got the big sticks. This is the same squad that pepper sprayed itself earlier. So the one giant goon over there, kind of leaning up against a post, he got pepper sprayed earlier.
Hey, how you doing, man? Excuse me, sir. Are you Bob by chance? Do you know yelling at you?
Hi, Keith.
So, like, what's the history for you and Tufa, in your opinion? This led up to
I
this.
got here, yellow line was like stopping at Rose Quarter, even though like the blue line did about 5 road. I had to catch the bus and then I had to go around. So I was like, you know, man, we'll get a quick one. So call them on out.
So, as a top watcher, what's that?
I know,
It's like a tacky wash
we
off.
have a shilling cider place which is near there
This
that
is why
expires on the 7th if we're going to go get cider and so
Left-handed, but I can't say it for you. That's messed up.
It's like near cider riot.
But yeah, they go after Chris too. Chris America, kill Nazis. So they're saying over there that you're a pedophile. Is there any been any court filings? What is with that?
There's been no court filings on this.
So it's just bullshit.
Just complete bullshit.
All right.
Did you do any research yourself, or are you just taking people's word for it?
I'm not taking his word for it because honestly, I'm going around and asking what different people's perspective is. Can you tell me yours?
You know, my perspective is that there's ethnic cleansing happening in the United States, and there are people who support ethnic cleansing, that they want to kill minorities, they want to kill people who aren't Christian or Catholic, they want to kill anyone who's gay, lesbian, bi, trans, and then there's the people who don't want that.
Yeah.
And so you're either with the people who want to ethnically cleanse, or you're with the other people.
What do you say that the people who don't want ethnic cleanse, like, make up the entirety of Antifa?
No, I would say that the people who don't want to ethnically cleanse, a lot of them don't have any courage and wouldn't even show up. They would just let the ethnic cleansing happen. That's what happened in Germany.
Yep.
That's actually what happened in most genocides, is the silent majority, they're against it, but they don't say anything.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's very personal for me because I'm German myself. It's really strange because on my German side, we take this issue of Nazism very solemnly, but on my southern side, they like kind of proud of their Confederate roots, even though my German side is not fond of our Nazi roots at all.
Yeah.
Ashamed of.
Yeah, I know exactly.
The Confederates don't view it the same way. It's really weird.
That's an intense personal, what do you call that? Division. Like you're conflicted inside of yourself.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it sounds like you made peace with it.
Yeah.
To some extent.
I'm solidly, I'm solid leftist. I do think that this is unnecessary amount of force on all sides. I want to know how much it would take you, for example, to get down and have a conversation with these people. I've asked politicians before.
Oh, I do have conversations with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how how much effort would you think it would take to get you and these people on each side to sit down at a table, have a peaceful conversation?
Oh, it happens every day. It happens every day.
How long do you think it would come for? How long would it take for you think it would come to a middle ground?
You know, I think as far as the middle ground goes, there really isn't one. You know, because the middle ground is saying it's okay if you ethnically cleanse a little bit, and that's not okay with me. Like my family, we're Russian Jew and Native American. So Russian Jew and Native American, we've been ethnically cleansed recently. Like Native Americans are still being ethnically cleansed. Native American women are 10 times more likely to be murdered than white women.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard about that.
So like for me, I have a real personal relationship with ethnic cleansing.
I get that.
So there's no like
your family history.
acceptable amount of it. It's like it's okay if you just kill the Filipinos and you kill the Sikhs.
It's not
just
debatable.
leave alone the Muslims and the Pakistanis.
Yeah.
No, there's no amount of ethnic cleansing that's okay with me.
So do you think that these guys represent ethnic cleansers?
Yeah, because of the leadership that the president has shown. You know, that kind of leadership basically says it's okay to throw little children in cages and dehydrate them to death. And I don't think that's okay. And so, you know, the people on one side, they support that. And I don't think that's okay, you know?
Do you think that the whole thing about Trump has been sensationalized a little bit to a point where some people think he's a lot worse than he is, when you could argue, you know, George Bush was a worse president because he created so much war in the Middle East and suffering there. How much of the reporting in the media do you think of Trump as fair? How much do you think of it is uncalled for?
Okay, well, I understand the media, and so all of it's uncalled for, because the media is a revenue stream for people. It's not to do with what we're doing right now, which is honest dialogue.
Yeah.
So all of
Democrats and establishment Republicans.
All of the media is for corporate profit. It's not for genuine intellectual profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, but as far as she just got milkshaked.
Are those the Proud Boys?
No, those are.
So what's going on right now?
What's going on is the anti-Nazis are pushing the Nazis out. Here come the heavies.
I got pushed out.
Yeah, it's better to get out before you get pushed out, in my opinion. Because so what happened right there, in case you guys missed it, is the anti-fascists just ran up with a whole bunch of milkshakes and threw it on the fascists. So all the fascists over here just got milkshaked. You can see they're still dripping with milkshake.
I saw that, including that Bob guy.
These guys got this is Chinook's land. Hey, what happened to Haley? Does anybody know?
A lot of them got in their car and went home.
Did she leave?
A lot of them did, yeah. There go the guys that were just assaulted with milkshakes. That seriously affected their white fragility.
Who got assaulted? Haley did?
No, I'm using the word assault very loosely. They got milkshaked. They got milkshaked, yeah.
Wow.
That's why the cops brought him over there, is because
That is
now these guys are going to try and press charges for getting milkshaked. So what'll happen next is, what'll happen next?
Yeah.
What'll happen next is that these cops will do a snatch and grab. Vegan soy. Yeah.
It can irritate your skin.
Oh really? I didn't know that. You got to be a serious bro flake to get irritated by that. All right, here's the National Lawyers Guild being held in check. So again, what's going on here for the folks who are just tuning in is that there are fascists marching in the streets of the United States, and the anti-fascists are trying to hold them in check. There are people who want ethnic cleansing, and there are people who don't want ethnic cleansing. And the people who want ethnic cleansing are currently being protected by the police. And the people who don't want ethnic cleansing are standing in opposition to it. So in my mind, it's very black and white. You either want ethnic cleansing or you do not want ethnic cleansing. So if you're with the people who want ethnic cleansing, go ahead and unfriend me right now, because we're not friends on Facebook anymore. And if you don't want ethnic cleansing, then we're part of the same thing, and you might actually be anti-fascist. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I do accept contributions. If you want to donate, I have my Google Pay attached. And you know, I did just suffer an incidental milkshaking, so you know, I've been taking the blows down here too. Fortunately, I was able to avoid the earlier pepper spray. But what's going on over here right now is law enforcement is taking statements from these people who were milkshaked, because these people got hit with a milkshake. When you're a bro flake, you gotta watch out for the milkshakes. It can damage your fragility, your white fragility. Sorry if you take offense to, but yeah, no. Okay, that's just, okay, good. No, I think it's mildly hilarious, but yeah. It tells you a lot about the condition of our country that the cops are over here taking the statements of people who got milkshake on them. I want to point out how sexist the Portland Police Bureau is. The only people over here taking statements are women. So they have the women over here taking statements, while the dudes are all over here drinking their water and carrying their big sticks. But they made the female officers come over here and help the victims. What can you do? You guys know what this is?
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it?
What's going on is that these people over here that just got milkshakes thrown on them, they're into ethnic cleansing and like kind of anti-LGBT, anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim, kind of like fascists. And then the other people, they don't think there should be ethnic cleansing, and they think there should be a diversity of religions and sexuality and free expression. So that's
What?
I know. So basically, in my opinion, there's ethnic cleansing and the people who support ethnic cleansing.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And then there's the people, sarcasm, okay. But then there's the people who don't support ethnic cleansing. And so for me, it's that black and white. That's how I see it anyway.
Yeah, well, they're going to make it gray in a minute when they start getting together, which is not a good. I hear that one group is definite fighters, like brawl fighting. They'll fight.
Yeah.
And that's
The people
against the
the people who don't want ethnic cleansing are willing to fight. Yeah, I think that's good, because I'm Russian Jew on my mom's side. So then my family was ethnically cleansed.
You know that. My husband's a Jew himself. His grandfather was killed in Auschwitz. His mother almost was killed.
Yeah, my family
He knows what
escaped.
it's all about. What do you exactly? Do they know what we're talking about here?
So then I'm also Native American. So then my family is still being ethnically cleansed. We still are on the reservation and still have our land being stolen. So I don't think that ethnic cleansing is okay. I think that we need a better option.
How could it be? Oh my God.
Well, you know what happens every time in situations of genocide is that there's a silent majority. So you have these people who are willing to fight, and you have the people who are also willing to fight and kill, and then you have the people who stand by and don't say or do anything. And so in Germany, that's what happened that allowed it.
Exactly what happened.
And so, you know, it also...
Did these guys who want racial cleansing, did they read their history books? Do they actually believe?
They do, but they
believe?
They do, but they believe in General Lee, and they believe in Burkholz, and they believe in, you know, Hitler. They believe in Hitler.
Obviously they do.
So you know, it's...
They're the brown shirts.
They're the modern brown shirts.
The brown shirts.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
I love those things, by the way. Little fluffs.
Yeah, where are they coming from? The tree.
Cottonwood. Yeah.
Well, who threw milkshakes at them?
The anti-fascists threw the milkshake.
Just no.
Yep, just
Well, the anti-fascists threw the milkshakes at the guys that don't want cleansing.
the guys that do want cleansing. So the
The anti-fascists. Never mind.
yes, that's right. That's right.
Antifas.
Yes. So it's interesting. Antifa is actually a bridge word for anti-fascist. So anti-fascist, that's what Antifa means.
Would mean we don't want to be cleansed
Or allow it.
or allow it. So where do they think it's happening? Do they think it's happening in this country? Do they actually think it's happening here?
Well,
They need to go to South Africa, where I was just in South Africa. They need to go.
well, my perception is that it is happening here because Native American women are 10 times more likely to be murdered. And there's also a whole epidemic of missing and murdered Native American women that aren't even reported on or documented. So that part is actual ethnic cleansing.
I don't know that. I don't know that. Wow.
But then the other form of ethnic cleansing
Yes.
is
Right. Right?
that is, actually I should probably use something right now.
I think I'm gonna get out.
Have a good day.
Yeah. I hope this doesn't happen.
Stay safe.
Yeah, I will.
Sorry guys, just trying to find my vinegar bandana here so that I can keep the pepper spray out of my own lungs if it comes down to it. Yep, I knew there was going to be an arrest for the milkshaking. Hey, what's your name? Maria Del Hart. Do you have somebody to contact, a lawyer?
I know somebody. Yeah.
Okay. Be safe. There's pepper spray in the air, guys. That's why everybody's leaving out. Yeah, I'd go around. Dang, that dude's in danger. He just walked by the cops with a bunch of donuts. You know it's true. Exactly. So there's still just a handful of fascists. There's a much larger anti-fascist contingent. And then there's the police standing in between. Here we have the remnants of a milkshaking. Somebody got milkshaked. This is an interesting development that I saw earlier. They have medics here that they're carrying fire extinguishers, and I'm pretty sure that these are actual firemen here in the combat line. They're carrying tasers and pepper spray. So you actually have armed medics in amongst the rest of the fascists. It's kind of an interesting sight. So earlier I was pointing out that there's multiple detachments from different organizations here. If you look close, you can see the different back patches over there on the far side. You can see the sheriff department standing right next to the Portland Police Bureau. You have some folks here from forensics. There's medics. Over there you can see the Department of Homeland Security. So you have different squads from all different departments down here deployed. They got their big sticks and their macho faces on. They probably took their steroids ahead of time. So down here we have the woman who's being arrested for throwing a milkshake on somebody. She's getting put in the car right now. That's funny that they had the female officers go over and take the testimony of the so-called victim, but then the male officers are doing all the fun stuff with the evidence and taking people into custody. What are you guys saying? You guys are saying things again. Quick shout out to any trolls that are on here. I just want you to know it's probably a good time for you to eat a Hot Pocket and get out of your mom's basement. Let's see. Yeah, I knew there were some trolls. Look, you guys got something better to do with your time. Don't you want to go around and try and ethnically cleanse the United States or lick the boot of a fascist or something? Probably you can find a cop and lick the holster of their gun, because you fascists got something better to do with your time. Yes, exactly. Go eat your Hot Pockets, you trolls. Yes, I did. I suffered an incidental milkshaking. I'm not a fascist. There is mass gentrification going on. Tip of the fedora, thanks for that. Appreciate it. I do accept PayPal. I have a Patreon. I obviously have Square Cash and all those other things. If you appreciate the view and you want to support this type of alternative journalism, then feel free to send any kind of tokens my way. Just looking at your thing here, God, there's a lot of you fascists on my Facebook. Don't you guys have somebody else to follow that actually supports your type of radical, hate-filled belief system? Justice is served, I guess. Oh no, after court, then it'll be justice. Allegedly, she threw a milkshake.
No, it was water.
Oh, really? Allegedly.
But I heard that's what people were chanting about water.
Aw. It's actually, in this climate, it's good to throw water on people. That's nice. We should do more of that. All right. Well, I do appreciate you fascists taking the time to tune in, even though I don't support your type of radical belief system that's calling for ethnic cleansing, and I think you really should get out of your mom's basement and eat a Hot Pocket because you got better things to do with your time. But with all that said, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. You could be doing anything else with your day, like playing World of Warcraft or maybe trimming your toenails, but instead you decided to come onto my YouTube and watch and listen, and I appreciate you. So thanks for tuning in. Those kids are bomb. Check them out. They're rolling. So there's still a few of the alt-right fascists around. As far as the hate-filled people go, most of them left. And now that the cops are leaving, then most of the rest of them are also going away.
You're driving the wrong way in the middle of the street. You're blocking public transit.
So again, most of the Proud Boys slash Him Too slash alt-right hate-filled people left. And now since the alt-right has left, the police are now leaving. So here you have the Department of Homeland Security detachment. There are multiple detachments of police down here. There's the DHS, the Sheriff's Department, and the Portland Police Bureau. Aside from that, I wouldn't be surprised if they have the rest of the Joint Task Force as far as the Fusion Center goes. It's probably ATF, FBI, NSA, all those types of people.
Believe me right now. I want you guys to all invest in food, water, and shelter and understand the world that we live in matters.
So yeah, most of the fascists have left, and as a result of it, it's just the anti-fascists that are remaining, and the Portland Police Bureau is now leaving, and I imagine the Department of Homeland Security will also be leaving. What's going on here? So again, at this point, the vast majority of the alt-right people have left, and it's down to just anti-fascists, police, and the predatory media. So, you know, everybody's down here trying to figure out how do you stop fascists from taking over your country. So again, you can see law enforcement is leaving the scene, and that really tells you the extent to which the fascists have left, because if there were still fascists on the scene, the cops would still be protecting them. Just head down this way a little bit. A lot of times I keep my eye on the predatory media and see what they're doing, because a lot of times they have more experience on these scenes than I do. So you can see these guys over here.
You guys are calling media?
All right, guys. Go ahead and log off, and I'll come back if anything interesting begins to happen, because now it seems like not much is going on.